I'm going to show you how to use the star profile for your food investigation, where you look at the characteristics and properties of ingredients, and this one is going to be for bread flours. So we can use the star profile in a different way. So I want to put in what I want the bread flours to be like when they've made the bread. So I'm going to add a descriptor which I hope to get from the breads. So well risen is 1. How well risen do I want it? 5. Add another one. I want good flavour. And for that I want 5 too. I'm going to want a good crust. And for that I want 5. I'm going to want a light loaf. I'll give that 4 out of 5. And then I want a stretchy dough, because that means that I've got plenty of gluten in the bread. So that's 4 out of 5. Now, instead of a taster, I'm going to add the name of a flour. So I'm going to start with plain flour, which is not normally used for bread. So I'm going to imagine this experiment. You can do your own and find out the results, but this is my imaginary one. Was it well risen? Well, it's not normally as good as strong flours. Did it have a good flavour? 4 out of 5. Good crust? No, because it's not really suitable. Was it a light loaf? Not really. Was the dough stretchy? No, because it hasn't got as much gluten as strong flour. So let me put in strong white. And this is the flour you often use for bread. So was it well risen? It's likely to have been well risen. Had it got a good flavour? Yes, it did. Did it have a good crust? Yes, it did. Was it a light loaf? Yes, it was. And was the dough stretchy? I would hope so, because that's the flour you can use for bread. There are many more. The next one is self-raising flour. Now, this is used for cakes. So it hasn't got as much gluten, because cakes, you don't want them to have a strong structure. Was it well risen? Okay. Did it have a good flavour? 3 out of 5. Good crust? Not really. I'm imagining this. A light loaf was all right, because it's got raising agent in it. Was it a stretchy dough? No, it wasn't, because it hasn't got much gluten. And finally, I'm going to add the wholemeal. Wholemeal strong. Okay, was it well risen? It was not quite as brilliant as the white, because it's got more brown in it. Does it have a good flavour? Excellent flavour. Did it have a good crust? 4 out of 5. Not as good as the white. Was it a light loaf? Not as good. No, I'm going to give it a bit less. 3 out of 4. And was it a stretchy dough? Yes, it was. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I fill in the evaluation, but you can see here the star profile shows you all the results of your flours, and then you can use that in your investigation presentation.